Hello, Spring 2020 Math 119 students. Dr. Poppy here. I just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of our course and just a couple things for you to pay attention to as we begin the semester together. I'm definitely excited for us to learn math together collaboratively, to maybe think about mathematics a little bit differently than you have in the past, to be able to really focus on our engagement together in the process, to think about the concepts that drive the mathematics and think about ways that we can see the work that each of us are doing and compare and contrast our methods and really appreciate the flexible nature of mathematics. So just a couple things here quick. Obviously, you have access to our Blackboard course. Right now, I'm doing kind of a slow reveal of things. You do have access to the syllabus. I'm going to give you just a quick walkthrough of that here in a moment. I'm going to go kind of week by week in terms of opening up the course for you to have access to it. So there's going to be a folder for each week. Within each folder, there's going to be assignments for you to upload. I do provide for you a video that gives you a description of how to do that. And so please do make sure that you watch that video. This is just my way of kind of collecting your work. The way that we'll go through our homework is basically I will just kind of come by and check and make sure you got it done. I'll be able to do that here in Blackboard as well. So depending on the day, I may literally come by and ask to see your work, or we'll just use Blackboard. Regardless, you're going to open it or upload it to Blackboard. And we have a specific way that we go through the work in class. And that's kind of one of my big reveals on Thursday. So on Tuesday, we're going to have class together to begin, but then Thursday we will do our kind of review process of the homework that you've done. As we move forward, you do have the syllabus is present on the first page of the content. And so just a couple of quick things to highlight as we look at the syllabus content. You can definitely, I want you to read through this on your own. Everything that's in here is true and an expectation of you and me in the course. I am full-time faculty in the School of Education, so my office is upstairs in Luther Hall. The School of Education suite is directly across from the library. Go through the double doors, take a right just short of the bubbler. I am from Wisconsin, so it's a bubbler. And the School of Ed suite is on the left-hand side. You can ask our wonderful administrative assistant, Cindy, to find my office, or you can just come find me. I'm on the lake side of our hallway. You're welcome to give me a phone call if you'd like in terms of asking questions, but email is by far the best way to communicate with me. You can see my office hours there. Feel free to stop by, but always it's best if you can email ahead of time to make sure I'm there. I do have a number of student teachers that I'm out in the field supervising over the course of this semester, so I may need to go see them sometimes during office hours. So just make sure you let me know. You can see the different expectations and meeting times that are present there. We will use our text on a regular basis, so make sure that you do purchase or rent that. It's the Sibylla Beckman text. Good stuff, makes us really think about our math teaching practices. You can see the way that our grades are distributed. You can see that our daily work has a pretty big emphasis in our process. There's one journal reflection that you will do later in the semester. That'll be due just before we go on spring break. Gives me the whole spring break to read and enjoy your writing there. We will have 4 quizzes throughout the semester, a midterm and a final, and you can see those percentages. Our grading scale is there for you to see. Please make sure that you are in good contact with me. And I just noticed here that on this syllabus, I have Dr. Muth also teaches this course. So sadly, I have her name there. So I'll fix that in the syllabus. But yeah, you just need to make sure that you are in contact with me if there's some reason that you're going to miss the course. Ultimately, we do have COVID is still a reality. And so we'll talk a little bit about that in class as well. But just obviously, if you're ill, you need to stay away. Right now, my plan is not for us to do real-time Zoom stuff, just because the kind of mathematics we're doing, the kind of interactions are very hands-on and collaborative in nature. And to do that with Zoom at the same time can be a challenge. It's possible to do it, but it really changes the way I have to prepare for class. And so we'll still be in communication if you're sick, and I'm happy to Zoom one-on-one with you, but it's harder on our class dynamic if we try to bring that into everything. A lot of the rest of the stuff are things that are true of all courses here at Concordia, so please make sure you take a peek at that. Big picture, you do have the layout of at least what chapters we're covering each day. You can see where the quizzes are located and where our journal reflection is, and then the midterm and the final. In our book, you will notice just a couple things, and I want to make this video not super duper long. We are going to talk about the Common Core. I know in some circles, the Common Core is very contentious, but it is something that is here and that we need to prepare for as future teachers. I think there's a lot of good that's there. And so we'll talk about that and grapple with that. But within the Common Core, there's two different standard sets. There is the content, like by the end of first grade, students should know how to do this. And then there's the practices, like how we teach the mathematics. And that's where I spend a lot of my time in thinking, is how do we actually teach the math? One other just quick highlight within our text that I want to point out to you all is that within our sections, so section 1.1, there's just a lot of material there. And so we're not going to hit on every single thing, but it's good for you to take a look at the bolded items, and we will definitely cover a good chunk of it. But a good place for you to start to understand these sections is at the end of each section, there's a nice quick summary. So here's section summary. So that'd be a good place for you to start, maybe even read before we have a particular class, to just get some insights into what we're talking about. I want to encourage each of you to look at this class, while it is a content class for mathematics, to look at it as, how can I learn to think about math like a young kid? That's our goal. And so while you and I know how to do a subtraction problem with the traditional algorithm of scratching things out and borrowing, why does that work? How would a kid think about that for the first time? That's where the depth is. And there really is some really deep and rigorous stuff that we're going to talk through. So I'm excited for that. As always, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help. I'm just honored that I get to walk alongside you in this journey. And I know that God will be with us in the midst of all that we have in front of us, both the joys and the challenges of the semester. So take care, God bless, and stay well.